on a judgment. What happens if, let's say myself as a buyer, I have a judgment and I don't even know about it. It doesn't show up on a credit report. My mortgage broker hasn't told me about it, but all of a sudden I get the title report back and I see, oh, shoot, I have a judgment. Or what happens if the seller has a judgment?
Yeah, so there will be some times where we ask for additional information from a buyer or seller. We're asking for maybe a social security number, birth dates, middle initials. We just need as much information as possible from our clients to make sure that those judgments are indeed theirs. Because a lot of times someone will have a common name and want to make sure that the Walt Schultz that has this judgment is the actual Walt Schultz that is part of our transaction. Whether they're buyer or seller, it will depend on what the judgment is and the way that it reads exactly. So we'll look at that to decide if it needs to be paid off. We'll a lot of times be going to the lender to make sure they're okay with it, because a lot of times that lien or that judgment might take precedence over the new loan that's coming on. So we'll probably have to satisfy whatever that judgment is. And if you don't know that that even exists, we'll get you a copy of it. Most of the times people already know that there is a judgment in place against them. They might not remember it. It might be an old credit card that has gone bad years and years ago. It could be that we're asking for stuff for a divorce decree that happened years ago, or a child support liens. There's many different types of judgments, but whatever that it is, we'll get a copy of it and we'll make sure that it's satisfied if it needs to be to close the transaction. Sometimes a buyer's lender and the buyer will allow it to attach to the property. They're still going to have to get rid of it before they sell the property, most likely. We just want to make sure everybody's currently aware of what is going on. We're not here to slow down a transaction. We just want to make sure and communicate with everyone what is in that judgment.